back to my channel. Today, as you've seen in the title, is the second part of my Let's Talk About series. If you haven't seen the first one is about periods, and that's a really funny video, I think anyway, because I think I'm hilarious. I did try and explain everything that you might need to know about periods if you have never had one, if you're about to start, if you're just interested. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you didn't, then I will put it up right here. I think it's on this side. I knew I wanted to do this topic for this video anyway, because it's a subject that's really close to me. But this morning I sat down and I watched Jessie Nelson's documentary, and it just really empowered me today to sit down and get this video done, because I have so many things that I want to say on this topic, and if I can pass along anything to you that makes you not have to go through the things that I went through and the things that thousands and thousands of people go through every year, then that would make me really happy. This is going to be more of a story time, get ready with me, so I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that some part of this makes you feel good, makes you feel happy. I don't know. I just hope that if this even just helps one person, then I will feel like I've done something right. We're gonna get on with it. So if you came for a really funny video today, then this probably won't be that. So come back again in 3 or 4 days time and it'll probably be a really funny video. Oh, fuck. When I said this wasn't going to be funny, and look at what I've done. Is there a way that I can get this back in? No, because it's a tube. Let's try this all again. From the beginning, we'll pretend that primer didn't happen. This video is all about body confidence. And I think it's such an important thing to talk about, because look at that. That is just body confidence, guys. But this is what I mean. I don't want it to just be about one particular thing, because there are so many things that we as people, as society, worry about now, and it just is so unnecessary. Now please don't get me wrong, because I love Instagram, and now YouTube is something that I am so thoroughly enjoying. I can't even explain. When my videos go up and you guys see it, and it's brilliant, and I'm so lucky that so far I haven't had trolls. I'm not popular enough to have trolls yet. I've not had anybody come at me and say awful things on social media, but I have seen so many things that people say to each other online, and I just think, why? Why can't we all just make a cake out of rainbows and smiles? But seriously, why are we not all standing together and empowering each other? Why are we not telling girls when they look amazing? We are not all in competition with each other. Like, that's the thing that I think you don't realize, is that being happy for someone else and being encouraging of someone else's success doesn't make you any less successful. It took me a long time to learn that. I mean, I guess we'll start at the beginning. So I am still, and I grew up as a dancer. My mum is a dance teacher. She owns a really successful dance school in Wigan, and she is incredible. Like, her school is amazing, her teaching ability is amazing. She is a wonderful woman. I'm so proud of everything she's done. Like, she is absolutely fantastic, and I love her so much. But when you grow up in the dance world, it's really not a healthy place to grow up. The whole performance entertainment industry is a really harsh place to live. And I'm sure if you aren't a dancer, if you aren't a performer, if you aren't an actress, from the outside it looks so glamorous, it looks sparkly, it looks like, look at these people, like they get to perform for the job. And on one side, it's the only thing I could have ever imagined myself doing. There was a time when I wanted to be a forensic scientist, but other than that, performing is the only thing I've ever wanted to do. The feeling you get when you're on stage and you're performing for thousands of people, it's phenomenal. And I've been so lucky that I got to train where I did and do the performances that I did. But the other side of that is quite toxic. I left primary school in year 5. I didn't do year 6, and I went straight to the Royal Ballet School when I was 10 years old. So I went to the most prestigious school for ballet in the world. That's where I was brought up. Now, I have so many things to be thankful for to that school. They gave me the discipline that I have today, the etiquette, the manners, the determination that I have today, all came from how wonderful that school was and how it taught me. The other thing I got from that school was incredible opportunities that I never ever would have had anywhere else, and for that I am so grateful. But the other side is that I was training to be a ballet dancer. To put it bluntly, I doubt you've ever seen a fat ballet dancer, have you? And although the industry is getting better, it was nowhere near what it should have been when I was 10. To be 10 years old and to be constantly thinking about what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating, I saw food as a punishment and reward system, and that is so wrong on so many levels. So yeah, my relationship with food from the ages of 10 to now has been so unbelievably unhealthy. Oh, sorry, gross. I wish that I could sit here and be like,
and I'm fine now, I'm so much better, everything is great.
But it's not, and it probably never will be. I wish that I could just speak to every young girl out there who is like what I was like and just like shake them up and say, it doesn't have to be like this. So I went to the Royal Ballet School. I loved it. I loved my friends. I loved living away. I missed my family, of course I did, but it wasn't something that had been taken away from me. I recognized it as an opportunity that I could become independent and be by myself. The first thing that happened to me when I went to school was that I got picked to be the main part in this gala at Buckingham Palace for the Queen, which is probably the most insane thing that I have ever got to do. Still now I think about it, just little 10-year-old me on this big picture in front of the Queen. Because of those opportunities, I thought that I was too good to even think about my size when it came to ballet. I thought it doesn't matter what I look like because I'm so good. Just actually the way that it should be. Size now should not be something to be ashamed of. We are born the way we're born. I will never ever be a natural size 4. Ever, because that's not what my body shape is, that's not what my genetics are. My family are not skinny people, so that will never be who I am. And it's taken me so many years to be actually okay with that. I still now will look at pictures of other people that I know, people that I think are beautiful, and I'll say, I wish I looked like them. And I need to remember to be kinder to myself, because I am beautiful and you are beautiful, and it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of a tummy or a big bum. All those things are what make us ourselves, and we need to be proud of that, and we need to own it, and we need to remember to be kind to ourselves, because that's something that I never am. This is a really hard video for me to make. This is something that's really hard for me to talk about because I've never opened up about this. I had one girl there who was my best friend, and when we were in year 9, we decided to buy Slim Fast milkshakes, and that was our diet. I thought that I needed to go on Slim Fast milkshakes. Now, if Slim Fast still isn't a thing anymore and you don't know what that is, then it's like a meal replacement. Every day I had to stand in a leotard and tights, and I'd look in the mirror and I'd think, why am I too big? Why do I have to be the person that has to try so hard to be so small? And I remember I was about 14 or 15 and I really wanted to be in this ballet piece. And I remember a male teacher had picked me for the ballet piece, and I asked him why. And he said, because you look so good, you've trimmed down. And for a 14-year-old girl to hear that, when I look back on all of these things, I never learned how to view food as something that fuels my body, as something that is good for me. It was always a reward for starving myself. And yeah, from that moment in year 10 when I heard that, I stopped eating. I would lie to my parents about what I was eating. I would lie to my teachers about what I was eating. I started skipping meals, and I got to a dangerously low weight, but also a dangerously unhealthy mindset. The school was weighing me on a weekly basis, but they weren't telling me what they were weighing me for. So in my head, I thought I was being weighed because I was too big to be a ballet dancer. And I was in fact being weighed because I was losing weight too rapidly. But at the same time, they were weighing me for watching my weight. I was being put in all the ballet pieces. I was filmed for the Royal Ballet Archives. In my head, because I was food deprived, I was sleep deprived, my body was not working properly, which meant my brain wasn't working properly. And because of that, I thought, I've lost weight and now I'm getting good things happening to me. That must mean that those two things go hand in hand. And the truth is, at that time in my life, I didn't enjoy ballet anymore. I didn't want to be a ballet dancer. I'd had 2 major surgeries on my feet. It just wasn't something that was ever going to be a thing for me. And it took me a long, long time to recognize that. And I remember after that year, I came home for the summer holidays. I was at home with normal people and normal family and eating regular meals again. And I got back to a healthy size. I went through college. I went to college for musical theatre. I decided I wanted to be a musical theatre performer. As soon as I was 18, got a job into Chicago the Musical with Royal Caribbean, which is who I worked with for the past 6 years. And that was the moment that I thought, I am allowed to be me. And I will forever be grateful that that was my first job and that was the first thing I got to do as a professional. Chicago is a celebration of your own individuality, and that was something that I needed so deeply to embrace who I am and to love myself for who I am. The show that I was a part of was just all about being an individual, and every single one of us in the cast was a different size, a different shape, a different color. Every one of us was our own person, and that to me was the biggest thing that could have ever happened to me, to make me appreciate myself for who I am. And that job was also the job where I first learned how to fly, and that's what kicked off my aerial career. I got to work for Cirque du Soleil, which was absolutely incredible. That was another place where I got to be myself. I was in a cast with 14 other people, and every single one of those people were completely different from the next. Everyone's skill set was different, everyone's personality was different, everybody was from a different place, and I have been so incredibly lucky that I've got to meet people from all over the world. So when I learned to fly, that's also when I started getting really into fitness. I'm on and off with my fitness. Like, I'm not someone who thinks going to the gym every day and like pumping, like working really hard is fun, because I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so lazy. I work really hard because I know that in myself I wouldn't be happy unless I knew that I'd given it my all. But on the other side, I also love to sit down all day and watch Netflix. But I do love the gym. I love going to the gym. I love working hard. I love the feeling I get afterwards. So when I hit about 21, 22, that's when I really started learning about my body, about nutrition, about exercise, about all those things. I really just learned how I feel my own body. And please don't get me wrong, I still have days where I wake up and I think I am a fat, ugly sloth and I just want to curl up in my bed and stay there all day because I just feel so disgusted with myself for who I am. But those days are now few and far between, and as I get older, they get less and less and less. The thing is, I could sit here and I could talk about meal plans and how to eat healthy and what to eat, but you just have to find what works for you. And the thing that you need to find that works for you the most is just to be happy with who you are. You're never ever gonna look in the mirror and not see something wrong with yourself. Nobody's perfect. You are the only you get. Your body is the only body you'll get for your whole life, and you need to learn how to love that body. I hope that in some way I have helped you by telling you my story. This is something that is not spoken about enough, and if you'd like to know anything about me or my life, or you have questions, please comment below. And if you don't want to comment below, if you don't want people to see it, then please DM me on my Instagram, Facebook, anything at all, because I'm always someone who, even if I've never met you, even if you live 10,000 miles away from me, I will always be someone that you can come and talk to because I will understand. And there will always be somebody who, even if they don't understand, they're willing to listen. There would have been someone there to listen to me if I had just talked to them. I hope that this video has given you something. I know it's probably been all over the place. I just want somebody to find this and realize that you matter. As long as you are happy with yourself and you're healthy and you wake up in the morning and you want to be you, then that is all that matters. I don't know how to sign off this video because this isn't like a like, subscribe, like I just want you to know that there is always someone here to listen to you, to appreciate you for who you are, and I hope that this video has helped you realize that, and I hope that you love yourself as much as I know everyone else loves you. And yeah, I will see you soon.